live, live with Tao. For transformation to begin, you have to learn to love yourself. If you have not learned to love yourself, instead you hate yourself. That is what everyone does. That is what we have been conditioned. And if you have not learned to love yourself and you continue to hate, many times we say, I hate myself, then how can you love the other? If you hate yourself, then you will surely hate the other also. You can pretend. And when you cannot love yourself, how do you expect others to love you? You cannot love others. You have not learned to love yourself. How can you expect others to love you? Everyone is condemned in his own eyes. The whole moralistic teaching is based on condemnation, that we condemn ourselves. And if you condemn ourselves, we go on condemning the others. The whole moralistic teaching gives you only one thing, technique of self-condemnation. How to condemn yourself, how you are bad, you are criminal, guilty and sinner. Christianity had played an important role in this process. It says your being is sinner. You are born, and it says the many priests, the theologians says that you are born in sin. Man is born in sin. The act of sex is considered as sin. Something that God has created, how can it be an act of sin? It is only your understanding. You have known sex simply an act between mind and the body. Body is the playing field where the act takes place. Mind is the guiding principle. Mind means conditionings, your own understanding, whatever you have been conditioned to, your thought process is the aggregate, the sum total of this is your mind. So, sex as you have known and as it is understood, guided by the conditionings, Christian morality, which plays very significant role in human understanding, the act of condemning yourself, then it remains an act between the mind performed on the playing field of the body. You know nothing, no state beyond the mind. There can be another power which is beyond the mind, and there is another body which is beyond the physical body that you know. Sometimes some advanced soul is stumbling, is still in a state of between certainty and uncertainty. recognizes that sex is not merely an act at the level of the mind, with body being the playing field. In fact, the whole transcendence is when you recognize that this existential bioenergy has been given to you by God or existence to explore it, and in exploring, fulfillment comes and you transcend also beyond. Then you realize that sex is not a mere act, interaction between mind, its conditioning, and body being the playing field. You begin to get a clear understanding. Sex is an act is guided by consciousness. Consciousness which is beyond mind, and act is performed on the field of body. Then the process begins, but it is just a beginning. Many things comes in. First, it is an interaction. You move from the mind to consciousness as the guiding principle. Then the playing field also changes. You have entertained sex, performed sex at the level of the body. But there are other bodies, subtle bodies. The etheric body, the energy body, the light body. Have you ever experienced or thought that sex can be at that level? At the level you can transcend the physical body and experience it at the level of the subtle body, the etheric body, the subtle body, and the other bodies. As through the program Tao Overflows, I am presenting a deeper insights into the classic work of a German author, an intense seeker, Nivedita Rimbach. The book Life of Bliss Beyond Duality. I will explain this more in detail so that when this understanding comes, and if you create the right environment around you, you can experience the interaction of sex as guided by consciousness. First, you transcend the mind to consciousness. Then it will be an interaction between consciousness and the level of the body, physical body. Then it will be experienced at all different levels, different bodies. The subtle body, the etheric body, the energy body, the light body. The moment you experience sex at the level of the light body, then sex becomes a light for you. Then you will not say that you will clearly understand the strategy of the Christians when they say your being is sinner. Everyone is born in sin. And what was the sin? Adam and Eve performed this sin. They decided to explore the sex centers. And that is the only thing considered as sin. They were innocent, living like a children. The moment that desire arose in them to explore symbolically by eating the fruit from the tree that grew in the middle of the Garden of Eden. The tree that grows in the middle of the Garden of Eden, your body is the Garden of Eden. The tree that is in the center of the body is your sex center. And the moment you symbolically ate the fruit from the tree that grew in the middle, sometimes it is a Sufi act to instigate a child to go on and explore something. And it is said this sin was performed by Adam, and we are living in sin. Jesus came to deliver us out of sin, but did he deliver? No one can deliver you out of this sin unless you have the understanding had dawned in you. Most of the people, vast majority, interact in the act of sex out of guilt. They are, on one hand, there is a physical need, and on the other hand, it is a condemnation. So you are swinging between the two. You are not sure whether to go into it or not. When you focus on the conditionings given to you, you feel that one should not, but the instincts are there that leads you into, so everyone feels guilty about the act of sex. So the function of sex was merely reduced to biological function. For the procreation to continue, is it for procreation alone God gave, or God was wise like your priests who can say that it is the sin Adam committed, the basic sin that we are all living in as a sinner? He gave you to explore, but not everyone can reach the level of the university and beyond the university. And when you go beyond the level of the university, which is you finish your post-graduation, then you enter the field, the realm of research, and you obtain PhD or DLiT or whatsoever. It is a journey of exploration into the deeper aspects of one thing, and you go into it. This should be made a subject of research, and indeed it had been the subject of research by the masters and awakened ones, how to explore deeper aspects. And as I am going into, thanks to this particular author who has given me the opportunity to present my insights, in fact has asked me to present deeper insights because it was a call of her soul that deeper insights will help her and others also, has given me the opportunity. I am thankful to the author for this opportunity, presenting the insights. Christianity says that we are sinners. Your being is sinner. It is not a question of what you do. You are born a sinner. It is not a question of whether you do sin or not. You are born sinner. Man is born in sin. Adam, the first man, committed this sin, and you are descendant of Adam. The sin had been committed Nothing can be done by it. And this is their understanding, and you cannot come out of this sin. Now it cannot be undone. You are born in sin, Adam's sin. If you are born in sin, how can you love yourself? Your whole being is full of guilt. How can you love yourself? And if you cannot love yourself, you cannot love anybody. When you hate yourself, you hate everyone. This is what humanity has been reduced to. The love must happen at home first. You are the home, and only when it overflows, it can reach the other. The flower has to blossom first. In blossoming of the flower, its beauty, its fragrance, and its luster manifests. When you blossom, then and only then your inner beauty, luster, and fragrance will radiate and spread. Do you know why apple is red? Why things are of a particular color? According to law of physics, or more so, the quantum physics, the light is composed of 7 colors, components. Remember, the word 7 is a mystical number. There are 7 basic chakras that you have to work on, 7 bodies, 7 states. So when the light of a spectrum with 7 colors falls on any object, the color that is not absorbed, becomes the color of that object. That's why apple is green. So all the colors have been absorbed and disappeared. Only red color remains. Apple looks red. When the light of awareness falls on you, all the colors are absorbed. Whichever color is not absorbed, when all the colors are absorbed, then when all the colors are absorbed, nothing remains to reflect. Am I right? And when nothing is remained to reflect, that is a state of ignorance or negativity reflected through the color black. All the colors have been absorbed. And so it is black color known as tamas. Then the other extreme is no color is absorbed. When no color is absorbed, the object remains, manifests itself in its original color, means no color. And the no color is a state of purity. Purity is reflected by the white. So then the aura becomes white. Between these two stages, the aura keeps on changing depending on which center you are, the work is happening, because you are at different stages of growth and process of transformation. So that center, the color of that center will become your aura. That's how simple it goes on. So it goes first, you have to learn yourself to love. Then love becomes your basic energy and it flows. It is the outcome of the blossoming. Blossoming of the innerness is through the process of loving yourself. Then your beauty, your fragrance, your luster manifests. And when it overflows through your act, simple act. You're walking, you're looking at the people, looking at the object. Normally, when we look at a person, we look with the eye of lust. Not otherwise. You watch a person looking at you, looking at any object. Into whatsoever you do, whatsoever you paint or whatsoever you make, it is not important. It reflects cleaning the street, making the shoe, boiling water. Whatsoever you do, if you are in deep love, if you are in deep love with yourself, it flows into everything that you do. And who can be a better judge of it? You yourself. Your whole understanding has changed. It flows even when you are not doing anything. It goes on flowing. It becomes your very existence. And then nothing is boring. People come and ask, sometimes very sympathetically people ask that you have one way of living life, no excitement, nothing. Yesterday a person came to the store, I was there. So I thought a customer, can I help you? He said, the next door, is it open? I said, from my walls, I cannot see. And once I enter my office place, I don't go anywhere and I do not know. But what you can do, as long as the open sign is there, the person got to be there, you have a smartphone, make a call. He said, I ring the bell and nobody came in. I said, it may be possible the person is busy with something doing at the back in the kitchen because it is a restaurant. So may not come, and then people do not have that patience to wait for a few minutes for the person to respond. Give a person a call, the number is there on the window, and response will come in. This is the state. So, do I feel bored? No. I am with myself. When I am with myself, there is no happy moment. And when you have dissolved in me, so saying that whether I am with me or with you, it is the same thing. And the same thing happens to you as well. Why? And then you will not feel bored. You will not feel that the time is difficult to pass by. Just sitting alone becomes a tremendous joy. This is how the life begins. You have to, for transformation, you have to learn to love yourself and at the same time understand if sex is an act guided by mind or consciousness. Is sex an act guided by mind or consciousness, then a whole set of exploration begins. Something anew, something you have never thought that way in your life. Maybe you may have felt it, but you never any opportunity come that anybody would have told you. Then it becomes a totally a different thing. You want to explore. Is it an act of guided by the mind or act guided by by consciousness? It has been designed in a way that you have to transcend beyond the finite boundaries of the mind and its conditioning and allow it to happen at the level of interaction between consciousness and body first, then all the 7 bodies. Something you have never heard before. But my purpose of presenting the insight is this: to explore those dimensions that you may have dreamt once, maybe someone special have dreamt or felt in a moment, and that echo lingers in your mind, but you have not, generally have not developed courage to ask, but someone did. And sometimes the master asks those questions which may arise in your mind, has not yet surfaced or have not yet developed courage to explain, to ask that. Enough for now. But the journey continues.